Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half of the evening. MMAC Mixed Martial Arts Championship right here in Birmingham City Hall, Birmingham City. Get ready for the next bout, which is a professional welterweight bout. Please welcome Christoffer Darre.
Welcome back to the main card here on the MMAC. I'm Chris Hoekstra, ringside along with Paul Dynamite Saunders. Folks, it's the professionals and they are here and ready to go. Much anticipated, much awaited, the arrival of Christoffer Darre. 170 pounds is the weight class, and Christoffer, a wealth of experience, Paul, a powerful, athletic, aggressive individual.
This guy is coming to bang, Chris. He's got awesome stand-up, and he's well known for his ground game. It's going to be explosive from the get-go for him.
And Paul, on the note of really getting things started on the main card here tonight, I love the international matchups that the MMAC is bringing. We got Team Norway here. We've got a lot of good guys from the domestic scene. We're finding out who is the best of the best and who's got what it takes to be the top of the heap. And right now it's the welterweights.
This show is absolutely brilliant. It's fantastic. It's bringing excellent guys together from the amateur ranks right up to the pros.
And his opponent, please welcome Phillips.
Days are the same. You keep the sunshine. Save me the rain. I search but never find.
It takes two to tango, and Phillips has arrived, an 18-fight veteran from UTC in Birmingham. An incredibly gifted grappler, and it's that jiu-jitsu department that really impressed us.
His jiu-jitsu is second to none, Chris, and if it goes to the ground, I think he's going to be looking for a quick finish.
So Phillips, notable for the submissions, but no doubt a well-rounded guy coming out of the UTC camp. We also know his opponent, a very gifted grappler in his own right. I think the weight discrepancy, i.e. Ant cutting a little bit more, may be a factor depending on how they've rehydrated Paul. He looks in great shape though.
He looks in great shape. If he's hydrated okay and he hasn't cut the weight too early on, hopefully he won't gas.
Well, he's here, he's looking calm, he's looking smug, he's looking confident. All of the right indicators of a good performance.
They're both looking very focused and they're looking very determined. This is gonna be one hell of a fight.
MMAC Birmingham City, we are ready for 3 5-minute rounds in the professional welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, this man stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, making his professional debut from Oslo, Norway. He is Christoffer Darre. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, with 9 wins and 9 defeats in his professional career, from Birmingham City, Phillips. When the action begins, your referee in charge, Simon Roycroft.
We open the main card here tonight at MMAC, and it is the tail of the tape, the numbers in front of you. Both men bang on the scales. The edge and experience to Phillips. Christoffer, an international standout. It is going down. The main card is happening here live from Birmingham. Round 1, 5 minutes on the clock, 3 rounds, professional rules.
And no time wasted from the exchange. Oh, some big shots landed here.
Phillips didn't like that, digs to the body with the hook. And Darre, spinning through the transitions, winds up on top.
Some big exchanges taking place now.
As Darre drops for the guillotine, arm in, he's gonna have to really try and sit up to get this one. I think that Ant will feel really comfortable here early with a good squeeze. Darre doing the right thing though and trying to dip his head and open up some space around the esophagus.
Don't think that guillotine's on, and if he puts more pressure, he'll get out of that. And there we go.
Forced to concede. Well called there, Paul. What an early series of attacks here between these two. Punishing shots to the midsection. Full guard for Phillips.
Phillips looks like he's got a cut on the right-hand side there of his eye.
Phillips operating now, opening the legs, looking for something, maybe stuffing the wrist for a triangle.
Darre looks like he's just got to keep raining down some bombs here and try and put the pressure on that cut to open it up and get the fight stopped.
Well, he certainly pried his neck out after that early assault. But you can see what we meant about the jiu-jitsu. The very best guards in MMA do not stop working, and that's what you're seeing from Phillips right now.
Phillips is definitely working, and he's tried to close him for an armbar. Unlucky attempt there.
Shrugged off by Darre. The edge and experience with Phillips, but the youth and energy on the side of Darre. Spectacular, full mount for Norway.
They're raining down bombs. He's got to be careful, Phillips, with that arm. And there we go.
In for the submission hold. Phillips shrugs it off. Well defended. What an
Beautiful.
exchange.
And Phillips on top now. And he's got to look to pass here, but Darre looks like he's got a pretty good guard.
Up go the legs. Possible triangle attempt here. Again, this is what the most intriguing question was in this standout of a matchup. It's all about style sometimes, and both men have got it in the grappling department.
Both men have got it, and you can see they're dropping bombs. They're throwing big elbows here. There's some really big shots landing here, even from the bottom.
Good connection here off the back. Ant Phillips on top, a mirror image of the first minute, and we are now over the midway point of this round as both men return to the upright.
Darre back to his feet. He's got to be looking to land some big shots now, but Phillips coming out big.
1-2-10 from Phillips, a reply with the kick from Darre, and he rips to the body again. Phillips collapses, Darre on top.
Darre raining down bombs now. He looks like he's going to get a dominant position. Can set that up and drop some big elbows.
The problem being the legs right now from Phillips. He's got that left hook in, very nicely worked with the instep, and that is the lever by which he's holding this position. Posture here from Darre, waiting on the punches.
Darre's looking to throw some big shots here, and he's looking to pass. He's got to impose his will, keep calm. Nice head work there, pressuring Phillips up against the cage, and let's see some big bombs dropped.
And nearly sliding out here. That was much better there from Darre. He releases the connection that Phillips was holding on to on those legs.
And Phillips now pushed up against the fence. That's a horrible position to be in when you've got shots raining down you, especially those big elbows.
And Darre was so highly touted moving into his professional debut here tonight. And you can see why. But Phillips shows patience, determination, recovers the guard, the legs closed. Let's see what he's got off his back.
Phillips looking pretty good here off his back. He seems to weather the storm, close the guard, and go back to basics. And that's what it's all about, recovering and improving.
60 seconds to go here on the clock in the first round. MMAC 2, live from Birmingham. Chris Hoekstra on the call alongside Paul Saunders for the proceedings. You can see the activity here from the Birmingham native. Ant maybe looking for an arm lock, but Darre sees that. He looks up, he's gone.
Darre really making Phillips work here from the bottom, really putting the pressure on. And if Phillips weathers the storm, the second round could see Phillips in some big gas trouble.
Phillips working, and the way he holds on to half guard is certainly exceptional. That's a sign of his grappling pedigree here, Paul, but Darre patient and methodical. He's nearly out into half.
And he's putting the pressure on, and he's really putting it, but a lovely reversal there by Phillips.
Well done by Phillips, and he knew exactly when to explode. That's a sign of a man who's got ring time. Energy expenditure at the correct moment. That's the end of the first. The audience on their feet here tonight in Birmingham. What a round between Phillips and Darre.
Exceptional round. Both men, great stand-up, brilliant on the ground. This could go anywhere.
Right now, though, Paul, when you mention the jiu-jitsu skills, we've got to pull several things out of the mix. Number one, Phillips was able to catch the sweep twice. Number two, Darre was able to escape submission attempts by Phillips. Number three, Darre showed us he's no slouch on the ground.
He definitely ain't. I think Darre's got a good ground game. He looked well poised on top of Phillips, pressuring all the time, good head control, making it really, really uncomfortable for Phillips, and Phillips really had to think off his back there.
And he actually, I think, had a second win there as he caught that sweep. He gave up the submission on multiple attempts, but it was the sweep that caught him, one of his more dominant attempts there. in improving positional control. I like what I saw from both men. It's bubbling up right now here in Birmingham. Folks, don't go anywhere. Round 2 on tap. It's the MMAC. Round 2. 5 minutes more on the clock if necessary here in Birmingham's Central Hall. Already quick kicks here from Norway.
Darre looking to take the pressure, and Phillips on his back again. Darre in a very similar to position. Phillips holding that guard, lovely control.
And you've got to wonder whether the game plan of Darre is to try and stay on top at all costs now. What he would not want is to be swept like we saw in the end of the last one.
You wouldn't want that. You wouldn't want to end up on your back with Phillips on top of you raining down punches. What Darre's got to do is keep improving his position, keep that head, posture up, keep raining down elbows on punches, and make it really, really difficult for Phillips to gain any leverage in them hips to set up a submission from his back.
One of the things you see is him walking forward constantly to keep A, closing the distance down, and B, improve the pressure from the top.
And he's certainly doing that as Darre, and you can see there Phillips looking to improve, constantly looking. Darre on top, very, very similar to the first round. Lovely head control. Oh, and what a reversal from Phillips.
And the sweep. Beautiful use of the elevator hook there by Ant Phillips. On top now, Phillips. Round and round and round it goes. Where this one will go, no one knows. But Phillips showing the capability for the 3rd time in a row to get that sweep. That's key.
That is key. And he's looking here to get the back. And Darre's got to be very, very careful. What a beautiful takedown.
Exceptional. It seemed to me Darre was thinking about the gamble of trying to roll through there, but doing so can be dangerous as the back take is on tap for Ant Phillips here. Let's see what he's got.
And Phillips needs to get the hooks in here and really control. Darre doing a good job of surviving. He needs to watch his neck and just be mindful of those hooks that they just don't go through.
I like the fact right now that Ant is utilizing that over-under right now. But Darre able to escape and negate that and gets on top.
Beautiful, beautiful escape. And we see those devastating elbows raining down again as we're back to the same position again where Darre is in a dominant position and Phillips on his back.
It's incredible, really, when you consider the fact that at every moment we've seen the same story play out again and again. Darre on top, a sweep by Phillips. Then again, Darre able to concede a position, get there himself. He's got a couple of choke opportunities here if he works hard. But I think right now, if you look at the way that Phillips is trying to make sure his neck stays high and straight, he knows that one's coming.
Phillips doing a good job of weathering the storm underneath. He's not taking too much damage from the bottom.
He avoids the submission. Full guard here for Phillips.
And Darre now needs to start working to get some sort of position and improve and impose his will on Phillips. Phillips doing a good job there in the guard to stay on his back and to push Darre off. Darre's got to be very careful here.
Phillips, full guard. Phillips looking to maybe stuff that left wrist. You can see him open his legs there as he tries to push it in. What, of course, Darre will do is make sure his elbow stays there as a barrier between the thigh and, of course, the position that Phillips would like to catch him in, and that's one arm between the legs.
And Phillips looking for a really, really high guard here. He's definitely looking to set up a big submission here. Darre's got to be exceptionally careful. But Darre doing a good job. He keeps imposing his will and popping out. He just needs to do some really short little elbows here to cause some damage in this round.
And sometimes in MMA in these positions, it's all about making sure you mind every minute detail because it's the little thing that you don't get that catches you out.
And as we can see here, Phillips utilizing every movement of Darre's, just waiting for one opportunity to set up that submission and make Darre pay.
It's been jiu-jitsu battles. It's been incredible battles of dominance from the top and from the bottom. And again, Phillips able to bridge. Up go the legs from Darre. Look at that, looking for the triangle setup. It's just incredible. Both men were attacking with the same submission. Both men were utilizing the reversal of positions. Just a war of attrition here, Paul, tonight in the MMAC.
And Darre back down goes Phillips, and Phillips is back down, and we see the same position again. And Darre imposing his will, he's using his head well, and he's raining down those punches.
And it shows really the type of learner that both men are. I really like when you see that in a fight. You see both men really test each other's mettle, throw out everything they've got, they find out who's the best in certain areas, and it continues to play out through and through and through in that fashion. Amazing, amazing, Paul.
These two guys seem to be adapting and evolving as the fight goes on, and that's always really good to see in two really good fighters.
Yet a lot of the same patterns. It's almost that what was expected continued, although there was an evolution within those patterns, i.e. a different sweep there from Phillips at the end. He bridged, lifted very nicely, and reversed. Previously we saw that half butterfly sweep, for example. A lot of different things, but in the same patterns and similar themes. And that, to me, is one of the coolest things about MMA.
In MMA, anything can happen. And these guys are showing some outstanding skills, some outstanding jiu-jitsu off their back, some dominance from the top. And these guys are working, evolving, and dominating constantly.
Final round.
Round 3, just 5 minutes remain, if necessary, on the clock here tonight in Birmingham. And it has been a grappling battle of the wills in every sense of the word. I think it could come down to who's got more gas in the tank or who lands possibly a big punch. Huge shots there a moment ago.
And Darre going for the big takedown again to land Phillips on his back.
Head inside, swap into the double, looking for the lift. He can't quite get him up enough, though. Look at that. Phillips just gets on his tippy toes, keeps the weight where it needs to be. Nobody quite able to get lift off yet.
Phillips being very cautious not to get taken down here. Darre switching constantly from a double to a single, and he gets the takedown.
Excellent. Going high crotch there. Darre takes down Phillips and passes in doing so. That's an art in itself, Paul. If he can get a guy down, great. If he can pass the guard at the same time, optimal.
And looks like Darre is trying to set up here some sort of arm triangle from the bottom.
Difficult to see from my angle on the monitor here. Yeah, I think you're right there, Paul. He's looking to lock those arms up. Tough to finish right now, though. But he uses it to stand up and recover, or attempt to stand up. And in doing so, recover. Can't quite tell whether or not Darre's got the pass on tap. He's cleared the knees. That's key.
He's cleared the knees. Now he can move it forward into the mount. But Phillips, he's recovering well, but he's just give up full mount. Now Darre is imposing his will. He's putting his head in, and Phillips turning to give up his back.
And what has been so monumental about this is at different points we've seen one fighter rally and the other one return, the other one rally, the other one reply. But Darre, in mount here, may be in a position to get the significant strikes he needs.
He's in there and he stopped it.
And that is it. We are done in Birmingham. What a stoppage. What an emotional conclusion as Darre goes 1-0 in MMAC. Noticeable celebrations ensue. Wow.
What a finish. Darre, what an absolute brilliant finish. Dominance that paid off. Going back to basics, pushing the pressure, constantly improving until you get that position and you're ready to finish it. And Darre just did that.
He nailed mount, and when he went there, he almost slowly slid up there out of quarter guard, all the way up, forced his opponent up against the wire, and then forced the referee to stop this fight.
He did indeed. And what a finish. Great fight, two great young men, absolute brilliant skills up and down.
Incredible finish. Buddy Johnson makes it all official here in Birmingham.
Our referee called the stoppage to this bout at 2 minutes 1 second of the third round. Your winner by TKO, Christoffer Darre.